Did not get your proper invite though.
You know, lately Instagram has not been letting me find you.
That's weird. Instagram says you're not really friends. You know.
We aren't friends. No, I have to type your entire name to find you or to tag you. It doesn't like just start to populate, which I think is bizarre.
It is weird. Instagram knows who you are.
Everybody knows who I am, man.
Of course.
So, did we get canceled again? No, phone. We didn't get canceled. Anne's not on here. So.
Okay. Here.
What I got. It's what.
All right. I can request to join.
Yeah. Try that.
Okay. Send request. All right. And I'm going to turn the sound off.
On what?
Okay.
Sorry, guys. We're just figuring out a couple things.
Oh, there we go. Crazy stuff. Instagram. I don't leave the settings on. There we go.
Okay.
There we go.
There we go. There we go.
Oh, there's a lot of reverb though.
Oh yeah. Okay. So, friends, let me see. I'm going to put a link in the comments. Give me a second. Let me see. Because it looks like we can't do both. Anne's having difficulties.
Yeah, well, let me do a second request to join. Hang on. Yeah, it says my request wasn't sent. Anyways.
Okay, friends, I'm going to put a link on Instagram in a minute. Come find us on YouTube because, I don't know, it doesn't let us do both. So, sorry. Thanks for coming. We'll see you hopefully in a few.
Yeah.
Okay. So, sorry, everybody. Good morning, everybody that's on YouTube. Thanks for coming. Sorry, we're confused. It's because
that's all right. Well, it's the whole thing with doing a live too, but also doing a live, and we're doing it through a new platform. We're doing it, trying to do simultaneously. So,
well, but hey, it worked out because we can see all the comments, which was our issue last time. So we're happy about that.
I actually can't. Oh, wait. One second. Now I can see the comments. It's a miracle.
That's cool.
Sorry, I had the private chat tab on. There we go. Now I can see everyone.
Oh, so we were going to talk about people in the background. Hey, Grandpa's on. Good morning, Jerry.
There's a lot of people here. I feel bad for my stutter start intro. Hello.
Yes, good morning. This is going to go, it's going to be a replay at some time. So this is Politically Incorrect Knitters. It's our anniversary. And I'm Deplorable Knitter, and that's the fabulous Anne Pinkava. She's my partner in crime.
That's right. All the knitting crimes you can think of.
Oh, yeah, because we do have some, so it's hard to say. I'm just putting an
armpit join in my last sweater. Don't look too close. Not a crime.
Your knitting stuff's a crime. That's funny. We can't make Instagram. Okay. Live now. Okay. So there we go. I did that.
In the comments, it's 6 a.m. in California.
Holy mackerel. God bless you. Somebody told me that it was 5 where they were because they were in Alaska, and they were like, so yeah, I won't be coming. We don't expect you to come. We're giving away some prizes. We've got 6 of them. So what we're going to do is we're going to give away 3 live this hour, and then we're going to pick a lucky commenter on each of our platforms, which is Instagram, YouTube, and Rumble. And it's just going to work out. And I know you guys know I like my coffee, but because I couldn't like usually Ann and I tape in the afternoon. So here's one ginormous cup of coffee. And here's my other one, because I knew that I wouldn't be able to get up, and I usually have a pot of coffee by 10 a.m. So I figured I should just be prepared.
There you go.
Whatever. See, this is all the behind the scenes stuff that nobody gets to see, like how weird we are. So it works.
Well, it's like how we were chatting before the show. Was it last week? Saying, we were just talking to each other, like, okay, get, time for the show. But it's like there was one time where we accidentally posted the whole video without edits. It's like, wow, if we did that again, we'd be like, what nerds?
Yeah. No, like we're not bad talking people or anything. We're just dorky. Like, and that's okay. I mean, we like it. It works, but. So are you making anything this weekend?
This week, I actually have heels on my socks, and then I left them on the other side of the room. But just imagine striped socks with heels, and I'm sure it will have everyone's hopes and dreams. And then I'm oh gosh, I'm so boring. No, that I'm making just like dishcloths. They're
pretty. I like them.
Striped. They're nice. There's nothing to them.
Everybody can use dishcloths, though. I mean, really.
Exactly. I have a couple bridal showers coming up, and I'm like, woohoo! I made this for you.
Chicken lady saying she's weird too. Yeah, we remember. That's why we get along so well. So I've mentioned it in my Instagram. If you follow me on Instagram, you've seen some of my stuff. But we're going to a wedding today. My husband is in the wedding. Fun fact, he's the only one in our house that got a Fauci ouchie, and he's been sick for 5 days. And the rest of us are not, so go figure. Isn't that funny?
Oh. Not to,
Sorry, I'm not going to say more because, don't want to get in troubles with the peeps. But so we're in this wedding, and it's one of my husband's frat brothers. And so, you know who I know in the wedding? I know my husband and I know the frat brother, and that's it.
Great.
So I am working on this pad right here. It's going to be done by the time we go to the wedding this afternoon. It's going to be like a little purse, just little, it's just crocheted. It's hugely bulky yarn. I'm using a big hook. But the point, this is how weird I am. It's going to fit one of my knitting bags so that I can carry one of my knitting projects.
Mm-hmm.
And still look nice.
There you go.
So I got to finish this. And I'm going to like crochet a couple like pink flowers because I'm wearing a navy dress with pink flowers on it. So I figured, put a couple pink flowers on it. It'll look like I'm meant to wear it. And, and I'm totally going to have knitting in it. And I told my husband, I'm like, I hope you don't mind, but I don't know anybody. So I'm going to be the weird person in the corner with my knitting. And I hope that that's okay. But, So that's what I've been working on. Oh, and this morning, I released the pattern for the Dancing Diamonds beanie. I sent out an email, but I forgot to put the link in.
Okay.
So when I send out an email with the links to all of this stuff, I'll add the link to this too. Hey, Ann, nice cup. Somebody special probably gave that to you.
I know, it's awfully fancy. So yeah, congratulations on your pattern release.
Yeah. Thank you. I was really good all week. I was posting it on Instagram, and then like 2 days ago, I just totally forgot, and I stopped posting it on Instagram, so people probably forgot I was doing it. So, like I said, I'll keep talking about it.
I know. You have mentioned it before.
Yeah. So there's that. And then because we didn't know which gifts we were giving away, I made little scrappy yarns. And I put them in here. This camera's backwards. It's really throwing me off. I keep trying to. So I'm going to pick 3 out, and that's what we're going to be giving away during the thing right now. And then the other 3 will label for the other things, and it'll be cool.
Sure.
You follow?
I follow.
Sometimes you look at me, and I'm not sure if it's making sense.
No, I follow. I understand. I'm only halfway through this cup of coffee.
Yeah.
Should have found another one before our show. Should have done the 2 coffee method and been smart.
Yeah, I didn't think to tell you. I did text Ann about 20 minutes ago, though, or not 20 minutes ago, 20 minutes before we were supposed to be on, because it's earlier there. It's 8 o'clock there. And sometimes Ann is late.
Like terribly early, but the way my work schedule is, I normally get up a little later. So.
Yeah, but and sometimes when we've made plans to get up and do something early, I've called Ann and she's like, "Oh no, I'm still sleeping." So I totally did the mom thing, and I'm like, "Are you up? Are you ready?"
Hey, to be fair, that hasn't happened for a long time.
No, that was in the beginning. Well, and we don't do them early anymore. We always do them in the afternoon, so that does help.
In the infancy of our podcast.
Yeah, before. Well, I think. Oh no, my kids weren't in school when we started. I was gonna say I think they were at school, but they weren't. That's just a lie. But this hat, Chicken Lady reminded me, is made with Chicken Lady. I gotta go this way. Is made with Chicken Lady Fiber Arts yarn, and the pink is totally tubular, and the purple is dragon, and they're fabulous. And it's her worsted weight, and seriously, fabulous, fabulous. And one of the prizes is a gift certificate to Chicken Lady's store. So, yeah, somebody said they totally should have given us gifts. I wouldn't have been mad about that, but that's okay. We like you guys, so it's fine.
Exactly. It's like a Hobbit birthday that you give other people gifts.
I don't know what that means.
Oh dear.
Sorry. Oh, somebody wants to send you some coffee via flu powder. Wouldn't that be handy? I know what that means. So, are we going to do trivia for our giveaways or what?
Sure. I like the idea of trivia. I don't know about anyone.
Anne was in charge of trivia, so blame her. Okay, so the first thing up is this way from Bigfoot Fibers. We're gonna like how fancy this is.
Yeah.
So Bigfoot Fibers was awesome, and she not only sent us a prize skein. I swear this is really messing me up. She not only sent us this prize skein, but she also sent a little notions pouch. And it's a tin and it's got stitch markers in it. Yam in there. And fiber wash. So this is a skein of Bigfoot Fibers Grumpy Old Troll. It's sock yarn. So
green sock yarn.
Green sock yarn. I mean, how can you go wrong? And she was so cool because my husband likes to open my mail, okay? Like, I get packages and he's opening them. And so, like, at Christmas or his birthday, I'm like, dude, I'm shopping for you. Don't open my mail. Because that's the only time I have, stuff he can't see. And he was opening this and he's pulling out yarn. And I'm like, oh, yeah, that's a gift for our thing. And then he pulled out 2 more skeins of yarn because Sheila was cool enough to, that is her name, right?
I believe so.
Yeah, Sheila. I'm going to second guess myself now. But anyway, she sent us, she sent a skein for myself and for Anne also. And she sent us the Notions tin and like she sent us 3 whole things because, so we did get presents.
Yeah. And it's also funny when you sent me the picture and I'm like, yes, yarn. But you didn't, when you first sent the picture, you didn't specify that it was the Notions tin. I'm like, ooh, does she have like her own set of playing cards?
No.
Like, oh, it's a tin.
It's
okay.
a Notion tin. And it's got the Bigfoot guy on it, and it's sparkly, which you can't see, but it's pretty fabulous. I won't even lie. So that's the first prize up. Anne, what's the question?
The first question is that Miss Deplorable Knitter got got 2 different knit crates, 1 month after another, and video. There we go.
You're good. Okay, say it again.
And if you recall, she thought that she got the same yarn 2 months in a row, but did not. What color was the yarn that she thought she got twice?
And I'll pull it out and show you guys once somebody answers. But yeah, Knit Crate totally sent me the exact same color 2 months in a row. Mm-hmm. So I still haven't used it. It's so pretty. I need to do that.
It is a pretty color.
Martha says green. And Helen says red. Nope. Do you see any answers? Light green. Like real but light. I'm going to go with that one.
There you go.
Let me pull it off the stash here. It was this kind of minty. Is it minty? It was this yarn. But yeah, so this greenish color yarn. I got this. It's worsted weight and fingering weight, so I got to do something with it. It's so pretty. So that is correct. So who was that? Jennifer White totally just won the Bigfoot Fibers yarn. So email me because I don't know how to find you.
That's deplorableknitter@yahoo.com, and it should be in Jennifer's notes.
Deplorableknitter@yahoo.com. Like I said, this is just a goofy. I think I put Bigfoot Fibers back. Oh, maybe I didn't. Okay. So what else is going on, Anne? Anything new with you?
Not a whole lot. See, this is the problem with having an anniversary episode. Normally I do more show notes prep. What's going on in the world? Who knows?
Well, what's going on in the world is that there might be some criminal charges coming for someone.
Oh.
Did you hear that?
I didn't hear about criminal charges. I did hear of the canceling of a book deal.
I didn't hear that one.
See, there we go. That's why we talk.
Cool. Oh, Anne, we just had somebody join us from Dubai. So hi, cool.
Whoa.
Thanks for coming.
Dubai.
That's awesome.
That's cool.
Yeah. Helen says he should lose his medical license at the very least. I was talking to one of my friends, my tech editor, actually. She's insanely into politics. Like, I will call her and she'll be like, I've been up since 4 watching every show. And I'm like, okay, back away slowly. Like, you're scaring me a little. But she was telling me that he's one of the most prolific serial killers. And I don't know. Based on what he's hidden, maybe. So it's interesting, but yeah, that's happening.
Well, unfortunately, death by bureaucrat is nothing new in the course of the world, but still,
that is true. I can put my bowl there. I don't know. It's totally messed up. Here in New York, they've changed some of the rules about kids and these things. And so my husband and I made the decision last week that we were homeschooling again. And we were, I joined the co-op this year and ordered materials. And now he's going, well, they could go back to school. And I'm like, well, look at how fast this stuff is changing. Like, let's just let things settle for a while. And then we can decide what's going to happen. I mean, for real. How can you imagine?
I'm sure there'll be a fair amount of people in the holdover homeschool camp. They're like, nah, we'll just stay.
Yeah. Well, I'm hoping that homeschooling goes better next year so that the third year, it's not really a discussion, it's just what we're going to do. But we do have trouble because I'm not very organized. And so this year, what we're actually going to do is we're going to do the year-long homeschooling so that I don't have to do 5 days a week. We can do 2 or 3 days every week and cover all our material, and it's going to be like chill. We'll see if it works. Why not? Yeah, Crowder said the whole doctor thing is the huge scandal.
Yep.
But this is the other thing. Why is this coming out now?
Yeah, I did think of that.
What's going on with the election stuff that they don't want us to know? That's what I think is happening.
Or anything else. That's one of those things of, okay, so if even BuzzFeed is, oh yeah, let the Fauci emails, let's get that out there. what are we not looking?
Exactly. They're yeah, stuff is going on that they don't want us to know, which is why all of a sudden everybody's talking about those emails and stuff.
And it's not as if you oughtn't to be talking about them, because again, massive. And one of the things that like really like, okay, so totally messing everything up for the American people. Terrible, bad, horrible, jobs lost, mental health, suicide rate just from lockdown alone. We have a lot of issues there. Okay, a lot of disinformation, a lot of just misery, just a lot of implemented misery on the American people. Okay, and then our influence around the rest of the world. If America's doing this, we're going to do this too. Also terrible. But what really gets me is the emails from Chinese scientists who trust him. They email to him, hey, this is coming from a lab, and they trust him to get the information out, and he does nothing. And these are people who are at risk of their lives for talking to him. And again, it's like, yeah, I have this, it's okay, I have a doctor friend in America, I'm going to email him, and nothing. And it's just, gosh, and all the interviews where it's all like, oh, well, I'll trust my colleagues over in China. Like, yeah. It's just, it's like, is there no trust, no bond between scientists? You're just going to throw your buddy under the more than literal tank. Like, don't do that.
But they need a fall guy. And I think some people are saying it's because, the economy is bad. Some people are saying it's because of, all different things. And it's whatever. He's the fall guy. He's been, how long has he been in government? Like his whole career practically, right? So
for a long time, yes.
Dude, he was in trouble with the AIDS thing. Like, I think that he was giving people, I mean, this was before I remember following politics, but he was in charge of like giving them drugs that killed them faster than AIDS or something. Like, I don't know why all of a sudden are we mad at him when he's already done it before. I don't get it.
I don't know.
Somebody posted about the meme where Fauci didn't kill himself. I don't know if you guys have seen it yet, but that's been going around. Like, just saying.
No. He's still pals with the Clintons. I think they still have a good relationship. It hasn't.
Well,
and if he doesn't say anything about the Chinese government, then he clearly won't say anything about anybody else, willingly at least. So
yeah. But I think that there's something else going on in the background that they're not telling us. So it'll be interesting to see what else keeps coming out.
Yep.
And I heard that Pennsylvania is now going to do an audit like Arizona did because they saw what happened there. So
I hope so.
It's interesting. I still want to know though, like, okay, we're going to do all the audits, but then what's going to happen? Like, are people really going to overturn the results? I don't know.
Well, if I believe that there is enough interference that justly you would overturn the results. I don't really know that that's going to happen. One would hope it would, but I don't think it will. But I think the most important thing is just like making sure that it never happens again. That making sure, and it's people, us people here on the ground like have a lot more power and influence than we realize. That it's just everybody looking up for your own circle and saying, not here. Like, we're not gonna, in my community, I'm looking out to make sure that this doesn't happen again. And it's important, I think, for everyone to do that. So.
Yeah. I don't know, Ann.
Right.
So, yeah, it showed how important elections are. Like, local level, get involved.
Yep.
I never realized how big school board was. Like, I
yeah.
don't know. I have a bad feeling I'm going to end up running at some point in time, and I don't want to, but it might happen.
No, I know that sort of like, oh man, I don't want
Come on.
blame. But no, even city council and also there we go. If it wasn't for this past year, I wouldn't know how much money our local mayor and city council members make. And let me tell you, it should not be more than the annual salary of the guy running the night shift at the Taco Bell. But lo and behold, like you can be quite wealthy being city councilor. And what do you do?
Yeah.
It's like these are the questions that ought to be asked. Like, hey, wait, and I may have said this before, but our local city council, not that they had a mask mandate, even though it's like, wow, we're one of the freest states in the nation, except for you losers. That they said that they did such a good job on city council that they deserve quite significant pay raise. I'm like, oh.
I don't know about that. I think anybody who is making good money in politics, it shouldn't be like that.
Right. And even, again, this is the most basic of politics. Like this is not, I mean, like you're not doing nothing, but you're not doing a whole lot either.
Yeah. So anyway, should we do another thing, Anne?
We should.
Okay. Ready? Ready?
Ready?
Ooh. Can you see that? It says Betsy.
Oh, yeah. I haven't shown that yet. That we have like probably the last Betsy Ross kit in existence. Oh, wait, I'm doing the backwards camera thing too.
I know, it's weird, right?
I know. What's with that? But yeah, Betsy Ross kit. You got your red, white, and blue. Beautiful blue tweed by the Woolly Cabin. I don't even think that she has any of this in her shop right now. And I don't know if it's just rotation or if people stopped asking her, which is a pretty funny story that people were like harassing her for the yarn in the beginning when it first sold out. They're like, hey, you're like, leave me alone, everyone.
Somebody's saying that they still need to knit their Betsy.
There you go.
Yeah, I've never made one of your patterns either.
Wow, I've never made one of your patterns. We should do something.
You know what, Anne? We should do like a collab where we actually just make a pattern together.
That's true.
Like one pattern, not like the quilt, because I'm over the quilt. Maybe it'll come back in vogue, but I'm done with it for now. I'm kind of mad about the whole museum thing anyway.
That's true.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, so people love the Woolly Cabin. And
It is
you're
very
Becky.
nice. She does do good work. Here, again, I just did the exact same thing. There you go. It's quite pretty.
It is quite pretty. So, what's our question, Anne?
What is our question? I had a couple written down. 1 second. I am going to forget it. Oh, easy question, or perhaps not. Who was our first guest?
Anyone? I think I know, but I meant to double check this question and I forgot. Because, I mean, we've done so many of these now that it's hard. They kind of run together.
I know. Well, there we go.
Chicken Lady.
Well, and Dawn knows too. Kia was first.
Yep. Kia from Cedar Hill Yarns was our first guest. So.
There we go.
There you go, Chicken Lady. I don't think I know how to find you, so either way, if I need your address, I can get it.
Well, I think both. Ooh, this is difficult though because both Chicken Lady and Dawn, they got it at the exact same time.
Oh, did they?
I guess everyone's within the moment. Dawn's coming up first for me. I think Chicken Lady's coming up first for you.
Oh. No, actually, Dawn came up first. I'm sorry, Chicken Lady. I'm sorry, I preemptively called it. My bad. Oh, even Chicken Lady says it. Okay, good. I feel bad about that, but Dawn, good job. Awesome. So I
There
haven't
you
been
go.
watching long enough to know these answers. Hey, if you haven't seen our episodes, they're all available on YouTube. You can go back and have a binge day where you just knit and watch us talk nonsense. You can see the progression. See how we went from being like so politically minded when Trump was president to how like we like have to make ourselves talk about it now that Biden's here.
Well, and one of the good things about skipping back for the interviews too is that, I mean, we still talk about, you know, what's going on at the time, but you know, the interviews are more focused on people than specifically what's going on, you know, sort of the current events buzz. But anyways, Dawn, be sure to email us with your address so I can get sent out to you.
Yes. Excellent. Yay, whoever won. Because I confused it. Sorry, guys. Dawn. I'm writing this down because I have a feeling, I mean, we know what we say, but I'm not sure if these comments are going to be available later, so.
Oh, sure. There
Gotta plan
ahead. You're thinking.
I try. Sometimes it works. So what else, Anne? Let's see.
Well,
so when I got off the homeschooling topic for a minute, a ton of people were talking about how awesome it is. And Anne is a homeschool graduate, and she didn't seem to hate it. So.
Yes and no. No, I didn't seem to hate it. At first, I was public schooled first and then homeschooled. So I admit at first there was quite a jump, like, no.
Yeah.
I watched a lot of Star Trek. I'm not sure it was healthy. But no, I think it was a good experience overall, and I enjoyed it.
But people are like, oh yeah, keep homeschooling. It's great, awesome, you know. And I totally think it is. But my husband kind of, I went to a private school, so I went to a Christian school, and he went to a public school. Right. And my husband is in his mid-40s, so he graduated in the 90s. So even the difference between him graduating in the 90s and me graduating in the 2000s is a big difference. And then. So I think that part of his mindset is just that we're just on different playing fields because he had such a different experience than I did. And he seems to think that they need to be in school for 6 hours every day just so that they learn how to work. And I'm like, do they really though? Like, is that going to really make them work? They're going to hate school, but is it going to make it like, I don't know how that's going to help. So.
Yeah. I was watching this video this past week, and I think the channel, it's Jordan Taylor, and he's on a YouTube channel called Blimey Cow, which is, they're sort of famous for the homeschool videos that they do different jokes and stuff. Anyway, so, and it was him and his wife talking about the different ways that they were homeschooled, and how when he was homeschooled, he was like, read personally, you know, he was read every line of the material and then go back and read it again. And then, you know, so very thoroughly, I have to get every single bit of information out of this before he would do his schoolwork. And his wife, when she was growing up, also homeschooled, that she would skim stuff and, you know, get her work done early, but it didn't matter because her mom said, oh, you got work done early? How about some more work? So she said, there was never any reward for finishing.
No, that's funny.
So it's that sort of like swing back and forth, and you know, both of them are very smart, educated people, but it's just the sort of different, you know, like every homeschooling situation is just that much different that you never know exactly.
I mean, everybody's different, but last year my one child was in private school and they could not read. And it wasn't the teacher's fault. They just hadn't hit the point where they were ready. And this year they have totally changed and they're reading at like a 3rd grade level. So, and so a lot of times, especially like if we're not in the mood for school, I'll be like, dude, go read one of your books. Mm-hmm. Go read and we'll reconvene tomorrow for the rest of it. You know what I mean? Like, I think that's the nice thing about it is you can, and there's somebody in one of my groups that I follow who said that they don't even like buy curriculum for their kids. Oh, you want to learn about the Civil War? Here's like 3 books. Go read them. write a report on it, tell me about it. And it gives you such flexibility, and it makes it so that you can really like learn stuff that you want to learn. Because does it really matter if you know about the French Revolution? I mean, okay, yeah. So you should know what happened.
Absolutely.
Do we need to like spend a semester on it? Like,
no, I'm ride or die on knowing about the French Revolution. That's very important to me. At the bare minimum, you should.
Poor Anne.
There you go. Okay. At the bare minimum, you should have your kids read A Tale of Two Cities and A Scarlet Pimpernel, so you can make the French Revolution into the literary part of your curriculum. But French Revolution, super important. And you're like, yeah, not really. But part of the history curriculum when I was homeschooled was very much like, this is a regular book on the subject, and you just have to, read a chapter every day, and once you're done with the chapter, write a paragraph about what you've learned. That's it.
Yeah. No, and I just think it's cool because, like, my kids are interested in different things, and so we're able to, like we spent, like, 3 weeks learning about the Statue of Liberty because they thought it was really cool, so yeah, why not? It's neat. Somebody's studying how to draw a map. But it's just really, yeah. Everybody's library is woke, KZ. Like, mine is terrible. We go in there, and there was, like, this book, because my kids are small, so we're in the children's section, and there's, like, this book about a boy wearing a skirt and stuff, and I'm like, oh, look, they're indoctrinating us again. I take pictures of it and send it to my dad and be like, hey, look at the new indoctrination they just got.
Right.
It's terrible. And somebody else said that schools are indoctrination zones, and I absolutely agree with that. But if my kids do return to school, it will be a private Christian school, so it's going to be different in that regard because they're not going to go to public school. But Dawn says she learned as much as her kids when they homeschooled. Yeah, I have learned a lot about, like, I know stuff, but going over it again, it's like, oh yeah, I remember this. And my husband was a science major, so, like, we were studying seeds, and he was he was in depth talking about it and explaining things and drawing pictures, and I'm like, this is cool because I didn't know some of this stuff.
Right.
So
you're like, oh, both you and your kids sitting in a row, like, ah.
Yeah. Well, it's funny because we homeschool. We have a set area where we homeschool. The kids have a little table, and his office is nearby. His door is usually shut, but he can hear what we're talking about, and so, like, especially when we're doing science, he'll come like bursting out of his office, and he'll be like, hey, did you guys know? And, like, he goes off into this tangent, and I'm like, okay. It's fine. It's cool.
Like, write that down, kids.
Yeah, pay attention to what Daddy's saying, all right?
That's right. There'll be a quiz later. A quiz
we're still young enough. There's no quizzes, which is also part of why it's so fun for me because I don't have to, like, grade anything, or the only thing we do right now is spelling tests. So. And that's been hard for me because I am not a good speller. Trying to explain the, like I before E and all of those, like, what vowel sounds make, it's confusing to me. And then I'm trying to explain it. It's not
right. Sitting down and, like, having to remember all of that again. Like, what are the spelling tips and tricks, and not just the, oh, well, I'm just going to write words because that's what I've been doing for.
Right. And it's hard because you don't want to discourage them from writing, but then on the other hand, it's kind of like you got to start, like, actually really trying to get the stuff right. But somebody said there's a Ron Paul curriculum. I didn't know that. I use Master Books, which I really, really like. It's a Christian-based thing. It's not super intense, but it covers everything, and, like, everything is biblically based. So, like, science this year, we're learning about the days of creation. So right now, because we kind of slacked off on science, we're on day 4 of creation instead of, like, day 7 because it's the end of school year, but whatever. So we're learning about the solar system, which is super fun. So, but it's cool.
It's a good time.
We're going to get through all of the science next year, this year's and next year's, because we're going to do it for a whole year. We'll have time. But I tried to homeschool. Yeah, the one thing about homeschooling is my kids miss being around other kids. But New York was so shut down for so long that there weren't a lot of options for getting them around people. So
Right.
I signed them up for a co-op this year. So this coming year, we're going to do co-op. Hopefully they'll get like gym and stuff because I'm not that sporty. I've been trying to play wiffle ball with them and I can't pitch. So like ball's just flinging by.
Right. That's just a generally good thing to do with homeschooling too. Just extracurricular.
Yeah. But
I don't know why my video keeps cutting out.
well, it's because you live in South Dakota, and every time the commercials come on the TV for like how phones work, like the 5G coverage, there's one spot in the middle of the map that's black, and my husband goes, "Where is that?" I said, "I think that's where Ann lives."
Yes. But okay, I'll take the trade-off.
You'd rather have crappy internet than live in a place like this?
I've never had good internet. I know how to survive. It's the boondocks out here.
Yeah.
That's not fair. I have okay internet. Yeah.
You have what?
No, that's not fair. I have okay internet. Not, I've never lived in a situation where I've expected the internet to be perfect all the time. I'll say that.
See, now I do. And we pay so much for it because my husband works from home that you would think it would work better than it does, but it doesn't.
Right.
Deanne says that her kids think that she's a conspiracy theorist. See, my kids are so in deep with me already that they flow with my conspiracies. They don't even have a clue.
They're like, yes.
I was telling somebody about why I wasn't going to get the ouchie, and they were just quiet, and then they were like, "Okay, so anyway," because they think I'm insane, and I don't care. I'm fine with it.
Mm-hmm. Like, all right.
Ooh, somebody said some Christian curriculums are starting to use critical race theory. Ooh. I don't even know how you could. There's some things that just don't go together. That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. CRT, which is fundamentally racist, and then you have, base Christian theology, which is all men are equal.
Go figure. But anyways, I could talk about schooling forever because I have so many feelings about things now, especially since we started doing it. In the beginning, I was quite skeptical, but
yep.
Is the mailman coming?
No, there's a bird right outside my window. With that specific mailman look.
Hey, I think your dad's on, right?
Maybe.
Alex Jones is mostly right.
Sounds like it. Do we have a third question? I'm not sure you liked my third question. If you have a different question yourself.
No, but let me pull the prize first.
Okay.
Ooh. Awaken Patriot. So,
there you go.
Guys, here's one of my Awaken Patriot shirts. Don't tread on my God-given rights.
Yay.
And it's pink, so it's like feminine. Well, I'm telling people off. So there you go. Oh. No, her shirts are awesome. And we had Amanda on, 3 weeks ago? But anyway, she's awesome too. She's going to come back. Don't know when, but she's going to come back because
she's a lot of fun.
So, Dawn's saying that she loves her shirt and she doesn't want to take it off. Yeah, they're super cozy. I love them. Yeah. Elizabeth said blue. I don't know what that's for. I must have missed that conversation. Maybe hers is blue. I don't know. So, Anne, ask her question.
Our question. And this is one slightly debated between us, but these were quickly on trivia questions. So our first episode, of course, was all about Ravelry and, the whole knitting debacle. But what was our second episode about?
I don't know. See, I don't remember stuff. That's why we were debating it, because Anne was like, "Oh, what was our second episode about?" I'm like, I don't remember. Why should other people?
Well, that's the thing, though. And it's a difficult question, but also it's easier when you remember when we publish. Mm-hmm. Because there was, when we start, just to give a little...
Melody said politics. I think we're looking for something slightly more specific.
Right. Well, just to help out, what was going on exactly a year ago? Because our first episode, we had a little bit of debate between ourselves if we were going to cover the subject in the second episodes. But
Black Lives Matters. Well, that's getting there.
No,
not right.
No, Debbie got it.
I didn't see Debbie.
Right.
Oh, okay. I got it now.
There you go.
Yeah, it was about Black Lives Matters, and it was somewhat specifically about the whole George Floyd thing, but
right.
We weren't sure how political how controversial we were going to be, so we were really unsure about doing that episode, honestly.
Right. When, the first wave of the sort of BLM riots and everyone doing the black squares and freaking out that way, and we're like, oh wow, so how spicy is this going to get here? Well, we got to get out there and say it anyways. And a lot of people at the beginning, thinking that BLM was all sunshine and roses, and it's like, no, look at their charter.
Yeah, no. Okay, so who was that? Let me just Debbie McKenzie. I'm going to write this down.
Yep. Here.
And so,
but yeah, somebody, Dawn said something about British politics. No, that's episode 3, Dawn. 3.
She remembers any of this. I have no idea.
No, again, there's a lot of episodes in the middle that I don't remember, but that looking back at the first episode specifically, and because I'll go back on YouTube on my personal account and like all of our videos, that YouTube will often recommend back the first videos to me, so I see them more often.
Yeah, see, I don't watch us on YouTube because I do it and then I edit it, and then once it's up, I'm done. Which is why we didn't even know that the one we posted to Rumble that wasn't edited was up for days, because
no, it was that day because Tara told me, and I'm like, thank goodness, Tara.
You're right.
I'd never have known.
So,
but no, I mean, actually, a lot of times I feel bad that I won't go back and watch the full episode because I was there and you were there. But then I'll go back and read the comments still, and sometimes someone will say something specifically. I'll be like, I don't know what you heard and what I said. I know everything I said, but I don't know specifically what got an edit and if that ramble was still in or if it wasn't. So,
yeah. I try not to cut down your rambles too much. Sometimes, for the sake of time, we do, but...
Right.
It's this, just without the pauses in between.
Right.
I make it flow better.
And you have cut out several of my rants on Japanese fiction, which I think is probably better for the health of the whole show.
Yeah. So I tend to... Sometimes Anne gets on a topic and I don't know what she's talking about. And if I listen to it a second time and I'm still confused, it does go. I'm sorry, Anne.
That's okay. That is okay. See, you're protecting me from the consequences of my actions. You're like, yeah, no one knows what you're talking about. You should just thank you. I need that. Can you follow me around always? Don't talk about that.
Dude, Norman said that he likes our politics and our insights. Thank you. Sometimes we don't know we have insights until we start talking. There are days where we're like, what are we talking about? What's going to happen? Oh, and Priscilla wants to talk to you about Japanese fiction. So maybe that's a conversation you guys can have offline or offsite.
Have that conversation, not here.
Geez, I was going to say something. It's gone. I haven't had enough coffee yet. Someone says I need to edit her rants too. So I think that I'm going to really try to meet you this summer.
I think you should.
Well, you can meet me halfway.
That's true. I can meet you too.
Is there something halfway between us besides nothing?
Ohio?
Ohio?
I don't know. You do?
But yeah, Anne and I have so much fun doing this, and like it's our weekly date and it's so funny because we do this and my kids are sometimes around and they're like mad that they don't get to talk to Anne. And we were supposed to have a date with Anne and the kids because the last time they saw her, they were trying to tell her something, but it was 9:00 at night. And I'm like, you guys have to go to bed. And they were so mad at me. So Adventures with Yarn wants to have a meetup. And somebody else, Chicken Lady, I think, said that we should do a politically incorrect knitters thing earlier in the comments.
Yep.
I mean, I'm game.
I am game for a larger meetup that's more planning. But
yeah, well, I think Anne and I should meet first. I kind of feel like that would make sense. Just because, and I would have to bring my family. So if we do a big meetup, I'd have to plan it differently.
Right.
Yeah, I do want to take the kids to Mount Rushmore, but it's just it's planning. It's planning because my husband has to have the time off. We have to get there, which my husband doesn't. He's against airplanes in general, and he's against putting our kids on one specifically. So, so it would be a long car trip, and it would be a thing to go visit Anne. She's like 21 hours away. It's like driving to Florida. So, come to Iowa. It's a midpoint. Indiana. Somebody said don't go to Ohio. I must have missed why.
Is there in it?
Oh, okay. Okay. Florida, Texas. Well, the thing is that Anne's in South Dakota and I'm in New York. So Florida and Texas are really inconvenient for either.
Yeah, not midway.
Although if we did Florida, I could totally leave my family with my father-in-law because that's why we go. And then I could do other things, but I'd have to convince everybody. But yeah, we can talk about that sometime, Anne. Don't you think?
Later on, we'll conspire.
Yeah. But because we're about 1,200 miles away from each other, so we've got to find some place that's like 600. Can you drive 600 miles in a day? Is that like a possibility? It is, right?
A possibility, but I'm not sure it's a fun.
Oh, Katie said that they're going to Mount Rushmore next month and that they're going to visit you. Mount Rushmore's on the wrong side of the state of Anne, though, so good luck finding
it. I can wave at you as you go past, depending on which direction you're coming from.
It's about 12 hours to drive 600 miles. So, yeah, we could totally make that work, Anne.
There you go.
Because who doesn't want to be stuck in their car with their kids for 12 hours? It's everybody's favorite time.
Yep.
No, my kids are pretty good at car trips because we've been going to Florida since the one was 2. Let me tell you, now that they're out of diapers, it's way better. And now that they can say, hey, I have to go to the bathroom and then not immediately have to go to the bathroom, that also makes a difference.
Right.
It's gotten better as the years have gone on. Take breaks, walk around. All right. So, Anne, we're going to have to do that so that we don't disappoint. Oh, and then we can do a thing together in the same room. And they can see how much taller than me you are.
That is true.
Because I see Anne like this, and I think that she's average height, but apparently she's a giant. So
actually, I'm freakishly tall.
You're in 6 year all car trips. See, Yvonne, the problem is that I get car sick, so I can't actually knit in the car.
Yeah.
So it's just a really long time of listening to my kids whine. But
yep. Yeah, I can't knit in the car either.
Like if I'm doing like stockinette and I can look out the window, I can, but like I try to every time I go somewhere, I've got my yarn bag right in the front seat next to me, and I knit for like half an hour and I'm over it. Marcella said that we look the same height and that she's also freakishly tall. I do have a weakness phone. I have several. And I say that Anne's a giant, but really she's only like an inch and a half taller than me. It's just funny.
I'm just counting.
But okay, so do we want to pick which prizes are going to be given away on each platform so people know what they're going for?
Sure.
And audiobooks are really great for car rides, except Jennifer, I don't know if you're Jen. I love to listen to like true crime, and my kids are small enough that we would end up listening to like every book of the Magic Treehouse. So, I don't know. We'd have to negotiate on that one.
Right.
So, for Instagram, right? Let's start with Instagram. Sound good?
Instagram. Yeah.
For Instagram, if you comment on, let's see, Chicken Lady's given us a she's given us $25 to spend in her shop. So if you comment on, I don't know if this video will be up, but we'll put something up that you can comment on.
Mm-hmm.
And it will say that you're going to win the Chicken Lady gift certificate. So just so you know.
So thanks. Comment on Instagram.
That's if you get on Instagram. I better write that on here. Like, this is how very, very cool we are. This is the Chicken Lady slip. It now says Instagram.
There you go. On your Princess and the Frog note paper, I noticed.
Oh yeah, it was on clearance at Walmart. It was Happy Planner. I love Happy Planners. Mm-hmm. I never talk about them, but I actually keep all the school stuff in there. And anytime anything is on sale, I buy it because it's expensive. Okay. So I have donated this lovely prize. This is going to be for YouTube. Mm-hmm. Let me write YouTube on here. You will win a skein of yarn that I dyed. And it's a mystery. It doesn't have a label. I dyed it like a year ago, so I think it's DK. It might be light worsted. And this color is not even remotely true. It's a purple, but it's not that deep purple. It's like a closer to my shirt color, honestly. Okay, maybe not, but
it's very lilac-y.
It's not violet. It's got a lot of pinkish colors in it. So you guys can win this. That I dyed, and it's a mystery. And good luck. Hopefully, whatever you pick to knit it with it will be enough yarn. Because I don't know what it is. So there's that. And then the last thing is the Maker 37 bags. That's going to be on Rumble. If you comment on Rumble and get picked, you will get, this is cool, this giant tote. See, it's nice and big, and it's got this cool, I can't see. It's got this cool octopus on it, and it's got big handles, and you can put like your whole life in here because it's pretty big. And it's got a little matching Notions pouch for whatever you want to use it for. So if you comment on Rumble, you'll get this cool thing. Yay. There you go. Pleasant surprise. Yeah, the octopus tote is cool. So if you want a chance to win it, go comment on our video on Rumble, and videos will be up tomorrow because the husband and I are going to be at a wedding today. So once I get out of here, I have to like go pack bags for everybody because nobody's going to be at home tonight, and I have to make sure he has like socks because, you know, he's a dude, so I have to like plan for him also. You know, it's like packing for 3 kids instead of 2. Don't expect anything from me until tomorrow afternoon when I get back home.
There you go.
Yeah. Dawn says Rumble's where she usually watches us. Yeah, we're going towards Rumble, but unfortunately they don't have all of the abilities that YouTube has. Like, I've heard that some of our friends that watch us that need closed captioning can't watch it there and things. So hopefully they'll work on that. But for now, we're everywhere.
There you go.
So I'm supposed to. Yeah. Oh, shoot. Apparently my computer's not plugged in. So I think it's time for us to go because it's going to die. Elizabeth said that Rumble should begin live soon. They actually have lives, but honestly, I with this platform you can't do lives yet and on Rumble, so we'll keep working on it. And people seem to like our lives, so maybe we'll do more of them.
Maybe.
We'll see. It's early for Anne though, so it's hard. But I think that's all we got. So thanks for coming. Thanks for playing along with our little prize game. And we'll repost sometime tomorrow, probably. Later tomorrow. Don't wait for me. Don't be looking for me at 8 o'clock in the morning. I'm going to be busy.
Right.
But thanks for joining us for our happy anniversary. Thanks, Anne, for being you.
I know. We've been together a year.
A whole year. Can you believe it?
I know.
But yeah, so thanks, guys, and we will catch you soon, and have a fabulous day.
Yep. And thank you all for coming.
All right. Bye.
Bye.